here, welcome to A Card Cat Made. Today I wanted to have a play with my brand new layered stencils that I got from the Ton. Now they're for the the postage party die, which cut this out. So there's the die, I pre-cut out my card ready to go. I've got a little grip mat down here, funnily enough, to grip onto my paper so I don't have to use tape. And the Ton make these really nice intricate stencils, and each one actually comes with the colour. I don't know if I can get that to show up. Oh, I can. So there you can see this is stencil 1 and it's green. Stencil 2 I do in pink. Put that one upside down. Stencil 3 is dark pink. And then stencil 4 is yellow, which you can see there, but anywhere that's circled, which is just that circle up there, I do in black. So I hope you stick around and see what gorgeousness this creates. I'm very much looking forward to it. I also did buy the simple sunflowers, and that's the card I made with those. And then I also bought the pansy set. Now, of course, I put my die on top of it just to make it harder to pick up. But there's the pansies as well. Very happy with them. Now, I know that I did say that the die says, not the die, because it's a stencil. The stencil says to use pink. I've actually chosen purples because I used pink in the pansies and I thought I wanted to do different colours. So let's pop this, make sure that's all nicely stuck down well, and now I'm just going to line up the stencil. Now there's actually little corner parts on the bottom right and top left, so I'm just trying to make sure that those are even. That looks good. Now I'm going to stick that down around the edges so that doesn't move while I'm stenciling. So I've just got some little brushes out over here. Just looking at the green one that actually I will use that green one. I was trying to work out whether I got out my bigger green one because there's so much area. But I'm going to go with this one. Actually, instead of, normally when I stencil I would probably do circular motions when I ink blend, but I'm more so tapping down a little bit into it to make sure that, because they're such small areas, you really want to make sure that ink gets in there. But it's so easy to create beautiful artwork with so very little work because it's all been done for you. Now the Ton Stamps, because you can probably tell by my accent, I'm in Australia. We don't have great access to them, but Oz Trinkets and Crafts in Queensland sell them. So we do have a store that sells them, otherwise you can buy direct from the Ton and have them shipped over. But I try and avoid paying shipping where I can. So I buy within Australia whenever I can. Pistachio, what are you doing, mate? You're not supposed to be in my craft room. I'm sorry, my cat has wandered in. He's heard me talking. I'm home alone, and so I'm crafting with my door open, which doesn't happen very often. And he was fast asleep in my bedroom and has heard me talking. And so now I have a little fluffy friend in here. He's not normally allowed in here very much because he's very fluffy, and I don't think that cat fur and craft go together, especially when I'm doing foiling. It's very much not good for that. Hey mate. Not sure if you heard him, but he's down here talking to me and trying to get my attention, and he doesn't like being ignored. Do you have pets? I have 2 beagles as well. So we have a boy who's 5 years old, and his name's Bagel. I got to name him. I didn't win with our little girl Beagle because I wanted to call her Baguette, but I wasn't allowed to. So we stuck with the food themed names. I was at least able to stick with that one because my daughter's cat that we had at that time was Mango, but she has sadly passed since then. And then we've got Pistachio, who just gets called Stashy because pistachio is quite a mouthful sometimes. And then we had Bagel, and so our little girl Beagle is Coco, and they're great fun. Trying to shake your bell so that everyone can hear you, are you, Stashy? Good boy, thank you for leaving. Now, sorry about that everyone, I got distracted with an interloper in my craft room. So yeah, as you can see, just making my way through, tapping the ink into these areas, and I think we're just about done. You could use a bigger brush if you wanted to. I just like these little ones because they get into all the little areas nicely. And I don't feel like I'm going to smush ink around underneath where they shouldn't go. I'm using a range of both Altenew, Catherine Paula and my Memento ink because I actually realised that that Memento is my only black dye ink. What I actually do is give that a little squirt of water. And that just wipes clean. All clean. Well, not all clean. I will wipe the back. Now I'll clean that one on screen, the rest I'll do afterwards so that you don't have to waste time watching me. Put that up later. Now, oh, very pretty. I just got to see all the pretty blooms that are on this. Now, where does that line up properly? That corner, and that's down there. I believe that is where that is supposed to be. Let me just check. There we go. And now I'm going to get Wisteria, which is a very light purple. This one I am actually going to use a bigger brush just to get it done a bit faster. I don't clean my ink blending brushes, or, well, not just ink blending, my inking brushes, I don't clean them. That's my version of cleaning a brush. I get a microfiber cloth out and I rub it on it just in case the last colour was darker, because this one's such a pale purple. And it's just get some ink down onto them, and this will go much faster because the little areas aren't as small, and I'm using a much bigger brush. I do still want to make sure that I tap down a little bit and not only rub the brush, because you do want to not try and smush the ink underneath the stencils, because then you're not going to get those nice crisp clean lines that have been laser cut into the stencil for you. The Ton have some really gorgeous layered stencil sets out. I like the layered stencil sets because each layer just adds more depth and more depth and more depth as you go, and I've looked at them for years online and just not ever taken the leap and bought them, and I'm so happy that I did. I haven't put sentiments on them yet because I haven't decided exactly what they're going to be for, but because they're so beautiful and I love the nice soft floral, I think I'm going to do one of them for my mother-in-law for Mother's Day. I think she'd like that. There we go. Some purple down. Put that lid on. And remove that stencil. Ooh, pretty. I like purple. Now I've got stencil 3, which, while it says dark pink, you choose the colours that are calling out to you. Just lining that up. I didn't have the option. The Ton do sell little corner pieces that you can, once you've got your first stencil lined up, you place them in the corners so that on your grip mat, so that then each time you remove a stencil you know that where the next one lines up exactly. They weren't available when I went to purchase from the store I was shopping at, so I couldn't get them, so I just have to make do. Last time when I was doing the sunflowers and pansies, I did actually put some washi tape in. Sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm having such a hard time concentrating on talking and lining this up at the same time. I popped some washi tape in the corners at the top left and the bottom right, and I really think that I'll do that again next time I work with them because it made such a difference at getting them lined up quickly. I think that's it. And you know what? Even if it's not exact, it's still going to look gorgeous. I trust these stencil that much. See, this time no point wiping it in between because we're going to a darker ink. I find stenciling so relaxing. So I know I said earlier that I don't normally go in circles, but these, I don't feel like I'm going to smush underneath it, so I am. Let's see if I was right or not afterwards. Whereas these little bits down here being a little bit smaller, just making sure that I press the ink in properly. That looks like I got everywhere. Just a little bit there. Make sure that I did that properly. And that was the dark pink, dark purple. The dark pink layer that I did in purple. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty so far. I'm loving that. Now for the yellow, I chose Catching Rays from Catherine Paula. I just wanted something a bit richer than some of the yellows that I have, which I love them all, but sometimes you just want that shade richer. So I'd almost call Catching Rays like almost an orange, but not quite. Well, I don't know. Either way, it's the yellow I chose. Whether it's yellow or not, it's what I chose. So there's no yellow spots in that, so we're just doing these four, and then this one up here is black. Bang crash, don't mind me. I thought with the pretty purple that we've got, we'd just go with a slightly richer yellow to make sure that it really stands out against the purple. I didn't want it to look washed out. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I did also buy the background stencil, which it actually just blocks out so that I can shade in the different rectangles, and I thought I'll do some nice ink blending in them, and I have some little stamp sets on their way for making some scenes in those, so I look forward to doing that and hope to share that with you once I've played. Oh, who knows, I might not even play first, I might just hit record and play with, not play with you, that sounds awful. And yeah, play while you, no, that doesn't sound any better, play while you watch. What am I trying to say? Everything's sounding not very nice. I will learn beautiful. What do you think? I'm really happy with how that turned out. Let me just get rid of this group mat. Oh, even better, I'll put a lid on that so I don't ruin anything. Put this group mat away. And let's, that's nice. Ooh. We're going to go the darker purple. Let me just find a card base. I thought I had some in reach. Apparently I don't. Or maybe I do. One moment. Oh, I do. Card bases. Let's put this together. quick and easy and so fun. I can't wait to make this in so many different colour combinations. Thank you for joining me. Have a lovely day.